Akame, the one-cut girl of Night Raid. Killua, the Zoldyck family's deadliest rebel. Since children, these two were tormentedly taught the best of professional assassination. But despite their kill count, they have shown to truly be heroic. I am Ben Krayler of the Council of Bens, and it is our job to find out who would win in a versus show. Sold to the tyrannical and corrupt empire by their own parents at a young age, Akame and her sister were practically destined for an extremely hard life. Yeah, the empire needed some assassins because of revolutionaries, so they tried to see which children got truly potential in form of a very inhuman exam by which the force participants were put inside a forest that is inhabited by giant creatures known as danger beasts. The requirement for making this exam is surviving. Fortunately, Akame and Kurame were among the few children out of 100 who passed the test. But happy endings are in such a world no matters, of course, as Akame and Kurame were, against their will, separated into different groups, since their dependence on each other seemed counterproductive for their bloody tasks. Akame was taken under the Assassin Squad, the Elite 7, and got trained into the ways of espionage and combat, molding her into a dangerous killer, even receiving, after time, a Shingu, known as, yeah, exactly that. A katana which, when damaging the enemy, will cause wounds that can never cure. And so, as time went on, Akame was faced with her first mission, where she had to assassinate a revolutionary spy and close friend in order to test if her niceness constitutes an obstacle. Well, being still that kind-hearted, which in no way is a weakness, Akame spared at first Marfa, as she believed her innocence to be legit, until moments later where she had to realize it wasn't, and was forced to put an end to Marfa's life. Well, certainly this gave desperation-filled tears to Akame's eyes. Unfortunately, this is far from the last time of loss. But still, she realized over time that the Empire wasn't all good. I mean, how couldn't you see? So it was only a matter of time when she acted, and one day she finally did. When she was commissioned to assassinate a specific person, Najenda, she joined the revolutionary army instead, as female Nick Fury here had a great speech, making Akame join Night Raid to overthrow the one who pulls the strings, the Prime Minister. You know, Akame is a lot like Rambo. You know, they're both survivors, masters at killing, you know that stuff. Between the time of Night Raid and the Empire, Akame received Murasame at Tegu, incredibly powerful relics created during the reign of the first Emperor to be utilized by the Empire. It is sealed with a poisonous curse that kills anyone who gets sliced by it immediately. As long as your heart beats, you dead, no matter how tiny the cut is. With it and some performance-enhancing drugs that boost her already superhuman capabilities, she's one of the deadliest adversaries the Empire ever had to deal with. She's quick enough to dodge bullets, create an afterimage, avoid lightning, and keep up with Tatsumi or Wave, who dodge laser beams. Given the time frame of 1 second and the distance, this speed would equivalent speeds of around Mach 1000. Unfortunately, joining Night Raid only meant it's a matter of time when she had to face her sister Kurame. Well, Akame offered her to join her, but she refused, so Kurame considered her a traitor, and like the other enemies, she's eager to kill her. It's kinda demented, but how can it be in such a world? They still love each other though, but that's exactly why they want to kill each other. They fought and, well, it actually resolves into a rather happy ending, fortunately, thanks to Kurame's Ocean Man lover. The sibling bond may be restored, the enemies are yet undefeated, but after an intense battle, one was, when Tatsumi destroyed a giant Gundam that can cause asteroid cause like craters. Though the Empire had fallen, the war wasn't over. Akame still had one target left she had at all costs to eliminate. The Empire's General, Esther. Her looks are the opposite of what powers she has. She's a mass murderer and strives for starting wars in order to purge the weak. They had an epic battle, but in the end, Akame finished her mission. And Estef's power is insane. She once created an entire ice storm the size of a continent. Well, to be fair, she had to use the Murasame's trump card, however, Little War Horn. To use it, one must discard their humanity and embrace their inner demon. Well, means you have to cut yourself with the blade. This makes Akame faster and stronger than before, although it comes with the downside that the curse would slowly kill herself. Well, fuck it. With it, she took that bitch down and hopefully finally ended the innocent bloodshedding. And don't worry about that damn Prime Minister, he got what he deserved. With that, a new, peaceful kingdom can finally be built. But even there are always some cockroaches to appear from nothing. Well, Akame is certainly young, so she can take care of it at least for a bit. Cause she still got reasons to leave, like extinguishing the secret of the assassins hired by the Revolutionary Army, finding a cure for her sword's curse, and a way to make Tatsumi human again, cause he looks like the fucking blue ice white dragon. Well, I don't see a problem with that. And after she had been shipwrecked and saved, she would even find someone who's worthy of her training, so another fighter for justice can be formed. Not the serial kind of justice. Though she experienced a seemingly endless series of painful events, the time she spent with her comrades is something she wouldn't trade for anything. And after all the impossible and cruel odds she has faced, she survived. And that's exactly what she will keep doing.
Stay behind me, Lubbock.
Yeah, I can do that.
At the Kukuru Mountain, a dormant volcano houses the Zoldyck family. They're considered by far deadliest and infamous group of assassins in the world. Their status is so insane that a single photo of a member can be sold for millions. Well, I guess our thumbnail is that much worth then. Under their upbringing are 5 children, and one of those children shines out with very high potential of being a professional assassin, the albino kid himself, Killua. To fully exploit his potential, he underwent, like the others, stylely extreme training, which was filled with torture. Like electrocution or large amounts of poison injections. That gave him an extreme resistance to nearly all kinds of poison. Always look on the bright side. This slowly formed him into a master at hand-to-hand combat and stealth. Frankly, one of the most lethal killers the world may ever experience. But also to a rebel. I mean, no duh. All this assassinating he has been doing since he was free was kinda getting annoying for him, as his desire for having friends was to his family. So one day he has injured a brother and his Cyclops mom and ran away from home. And due to interest, he just took part to the legendary Hunter exam. It's there where his desire for friends could finally be satisfied when he met Gaunt Freaks. Someone Killua is very impressed by in a lot of ways. Certainly it's of good use to go through the extreme exam not alone, though the challenges it provided didn't bother Killua even a bit. In fact, it was boring. Until he met another Zoldyck who persuaded Killua that he can kill the killer inside of him, and thus would eventually betray his friends. So moreover, he murdered his opponent and got disqualified. Thus he stepped back to the dark place he had escaped from, where he was saluted with, what else, but torture! Only thanks to Gon was Killua's father convinced to let his young son go, though he considers it a new method of making his son more of a deadly killer. I guess he's right. Because it wasn't taking long when Gon and Killua discovered Nen, a technique that allows a living being to use and manipulate their own life energy, aka aura. There are also like 6 types of Nen, whereas Killua's one is transmutation. That means he can alter his Nen's substance to something else, which in his case is electricity. I mean, his talents apparently are 1 in 10 million case. With that, he can transform his entire aura into electricity, and thus become practically a living cut cable. He can use the Thunder Palm or a Thunderbolt, which has to be super effective. Aside from that, Killua also possesses other ways of killing. His assassination techniques, which include retractable claws, superhuman senses, the Snake Awakens, where he whirls his arms around, Rhythm Echo, where he makes smooth movements that cause afterimages through a varying cadence of steps that create no sound. His assassin mode is a state where all emotions are detached, and the only thing that is focused is killing the opponent. But he also carries a somewhat strange arsenal, which includes a skateboard, which is much tougher than an ordinary one, and 2 yo-yos, each weighing 50 kilograms, which when slamming you at speeds Killua can perform would definitely kill you, especially when he discharges them with electricity. Not to wonder that he aced the Hunter exam easily when he participated for a second time. He can, after all, shrug off 1 million volts. Combined with his exceptional intelligence and craftiness, it's easy to believe he defeated world-famous thieves, mercenaries, and the absolutely cruel xenomorph-like Chimera ants, who killed 500,000 and threatened to kill billions. Yeah, it's not like he was all game for this, but what would you do for your crush? As much as he liked Gon, he had no idea why he was risking that much. And as far as the outcome tells, it wasn't going so great. However, Killua was in action, and he was not someone you want to piss off. standing up against some of their best fighters, where he later on survived this massive blast from one of their captains. And later on he fought the Royal Guard of Meruem, Yopi. It's there where Killua accesses something truly outstanding, Godspeed. A form that drastically boosts his strength and speed. Thus he was able in the time Godspeed lasted to truly harm Yopi. And Yopi created this massive crater where he had to dish out 18 to 20 megatons of TNT. And despite already being probably around as fast as lightning, Godspeed boosts this up even more. In fact, there was a case where he was stated to have light speed reflexes. If given this face value, this means Killua could react up to speeds of over Mach 800,000. As awesome as his power is, Killua couldn't get his family out of his head, literally, as there's a needle inside his head that his brother put in to ensure he always retreats when losing his feasible. But thankfully he got rid of it by immense willpower, finally completely realizing the true values of life. Thus he freed himself as well as his sister Aluka from his deranged family. Moreover, he even got gone back from his coma, and after all he has been through, he finally found his purpose, protecting his sister to the last. Though Killua and Gon's way split, if they cross again, you sure know this is a cohesion that cannot be broken.
That's mine. It belongs to me.
Alright, the results are in. Let's put an end to this debate once and for all. It's time for a versus show!
I finally found her. Killing that murderer might save my day.
Someone is there. I must concentrate. You're a target.
How did she...
He's too fast. His Imperial weapon is a yo-yo. I must get up. He's too fast for a direct assault. I must surprise him from behind. There is no other option. I have to.
What disappointment. At her reputation, I thought to at least bleed a bit. What? Die.
You're done.
This cannot be.
May you be reborn in a better world.
This gave me Undertale vibes. This fight was certainly special. While it's true that Killua was, if given the statement full belief, over 800 times faster than Akame. However, this doesn't consider Akame's speed when using her trump card, where she would be fast enough to blitz her base form. Nonetheless, even so, Killua should hold a clear edge in that category. But unfortunately for him, his might could hardly damage Akame. Akame was on par with Esther, who created an ice storm the size of a continent. This could require kinetic energies up to 16 exatons, over 800,000 times greater than Killua's best scaling. Also, let's not forget that Akame would need to just slice him once. which she totally could if she couldn't do it with Estef. Yeah, Killua's poison resistance may be nice, but it never got shown to be intact when facing, say, supernatural toxins. In fact, there was an instance where the curse killed someone with a poison resistance. But as long as your heart beats, you will die. Killua certainly was fast, but Akame's awesome might and killer weapon eliminated a Zoldyck child. Akame got Killua killed. The winner is Akame.
Do not skip away or you die. I mean, you miss the next time, which is probably as bad. I hope you mortals really enjoyed the episode. If you like, please dislike the video. I want to thank a lot all the people that helped me out on this one. I linked them all. Well, that's it. Here's the next one.
Now make America great again!
Dirty D's done that to Chief.